Black a shot. Crank up the volume one time. Black a shot. This one goes out to you. Black a shot. Peace to all the real DJs out there.
Real hip hop every day, all day. Don't get it effed up, you heard?
Black a shot.
Right now you are tuned in to the All City Show.
The All City Show. The All City Show.
This going down, you heard me? Live and direct.
Transmitting live right now. All City Show.
Drop something real crazy high.
You know how we do. Holla.
Black a shot.
It's the All City Show on Soho Radio.
What's up, y'all? This is Kanye Louis Vuitton Don on the All City Show. It's Kanye today. He about to explain to me like the places I can go while I'm out here and the places I can't go.
There's spots you can go check out. Of course, you're going to be cool. People are going to give you love and everything. But then there's also spots that you just don't want to be walking around as well. Do you know what I'm saying? You just don't know. But it's the same all the way over the country as well. You know what I'm saying? If you go certain parts up north where the BNP is in power. Then
what's the BNP?
The BNP is the British National Party.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a front for the National Front. And the National Front is, how can I put it? Because they don't really class themselves as being anyone but, holding up their own political views. But it's where they don't want certain peoples to be in this country, etc., etc.
What certain people don't they want to be in the country?
Anyone who ain't white, basically.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
So is racism like that back in the UK right now?
The racism in the UK and in Europe has been on the rise a little bit.
Word's on the rise.
Yeah.
Basically, when people trying to restore the feelings back how it was back in the days.
Well,
people used to tell me they weren't racist as they were in America back in the UK.
I mean, there's different forms of racism. There's blatant racism, and then there's your subversive side of racism. So at the end of the day, people treat you in different ways. Some places in America they're open with it. Some places in the UK they're open with it. Some places, they keep their feelings to themselves and do undercover moves and that kind of thing, and try to undermine people. So in Europe, like in France, they've got their own National Front Party by I think Jean-Marie Le Pen. He's a French politician, very right wing. And he's gained a lot of support, especially not in Paris, but in more of the rural areas. And then they see, people who have an obvious difference to them coming through, being successful or whatever, or are on welfare and that kind of thing. And they're saying they're taking money out of their pocket, and we're keeping them up, which is a very ignorant view,
So what is their ultimate goal? Ultimately, they want to get their.
It's unrealistic goal. It's an unrealistic goal, isn't it? They're very blinded. You know what I'm saying? And some of these people are the most intelligent people you'll ever meet, but they seem to have something missing up here, which
they're just a little bit jaded.
Yeah,
they're off a little bit.
Exactly. Or they're a product of their own environment as well. Because if they're a product of their own environment and they've been taught and raised up like that, and to believe like that, to break away from those views that you hold so dearly and who've been put into you and instilled into you by people you trust and look up to, it's hard to break out.
So they were raised basically to hate, and felt like if they were ever put in a position of power, they would take that to the next level and try to get other people to have their views and raise other people. Sort of like I was raised, by a Black Panther, and an English teacher, and my father is now a pastoral counselor, so really instilled God in me. So I felt like if I had the opportunity to talk to the people and have any influence, that I would, take God and push that time stand and try to restore the feelings of that, of more of a positive energy. Just like on the song on my album, Jesus Walks. We just, even though it's hip-hop, people act like hip-hop can't ever deal with God, but God deals with everything. You got to keep God first in anything you do. But still, on the same token, I'm a man. I'm a human. I still like girls. I still act up. I still be fucking up. So, I know right from wrong, and I do wrong a lot. But I haven't reached to that point where I'm ready to give everything up yet, neither.
Well, you got to understand, you're human. You can't do everything 100% perfect every single time. We make mistakes. As long as you learn from them and develop them so you don't do the same mistakes again, and that's the key thing, I feel.
Yeah, that's the difference between a fool and a wise man. A fool just keep on making the same mistake over and over and over.
That's it. Or a fool could be someone who knows he's making a mistake, but is blatantly trying to go out and trying to convince themselves that basically, I know I messed up the first time, but I'm going to do it right this time, and just keep being very stubborn
and keep doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
Well, and then they make excuses. You know, excuses are tools used by the weak to create monuments of nothingness.
That's deep. That's deep. That's true. I can give you philosophy on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the same tracks here as well. So, you know, that's what it is. But then you got the people who follow their views, and at the end of the day, they're pretty blinded. Say like the evangelists, or the Scientologists. Right. You know, give me your money, and then, you know, we can all be living, you know, real good, and it'll be real cool. Whereas in fact, they're lining their own pockets. You know what I'm saying? And you know, perverting religion and people's faith and beliefs, and, you know, hoodwinking them. And some people are so blinded by their faith that, you know, if they think that if they question that, then they're sinning against what's going on as well. So you got that aspect as well.
A lot of brainwashing going on. You know, personally, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with religion, but I feel like religion is more like, well, we call it religion, but religion, the actual word, if you look in the dictionary, has nothing to do with God. It just means that you do something over and over, like religiously. I can love you religiously. I do tracks religiously. But just to use the word religion, since we all know what we're talking about right now, I feel like it's more of a curriculum for, I don't want to use the word sinners, but for people that act like they don't know what right and wrong is. They said, since you want to be out here and be an idiot, and I know what right and wrong is, I'm going to give you like 10 rules and shit. If you follow these rules, you'll be safe. You know, it's kind of like, almost like they speaking to a retarded child, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to say that in no way saying, okay, people that believe in religion are retarded, because I do believe in religion. Like, I accepted Jesus Christ as the, savior of my sins. And I might have little things here and there. I'll be thinking like, man, could this be? But hey, fuck it, it's just insurance. I'd rather just have the insurance and say, hey, whatever, I just roll with it or whatever. But, you know, like how, like if you had a child or something and you say, look, just don't go outside. You don't explain, look, it's cool to go outside just as long as you don't run the streets. They keep it simple, like, don't have sex before you're married, and don't cheat on your wife. They didn't break the rules down like, okay, it's cool to cheat on your wife only if you're out of town, and if you have sex with your married, before you're married, just don't cheat with a girl that has a crazy boyfriend, because you might get killed. And they don't want to like break it down that far, so they just kept the rules real simple.
That's it, black and white.
Don't cheat. No, don't. You know what? And it never says don't cheat on your girlfriend. That's why I always tell a girl, like say if I'm talking to a girl, I say, look, you already in the wrong. You either wait until you get married, or you giving it up tonight. Everything else is just gray area. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't respect you no more or less. All I just feel is like we missing an opportunity, because I'm only here for a day, and I'm on some bullshit. I'm trying to smash. So, what you say?
Just trying to get your dick wet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, you know, I totally respect you, you know what I'm saying? Let's take this opportunity, have a good time. Obviously, I'm not in school, I don't have a regular job, and I don't stay nowhere near you. I don't have time to carry your books, sweetheart.
That's it. I mean, the thing is, life is here to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't go to extremes where you're, you know, violating someone's, you know, own sort of personal space or whatever. If they're down with it, it's cool. We're adults. So if you're adults, you can make your own decisions. You can accept the consequences or whatever like that. So, you know, you can roll with it like that. Definitely.
Yeah, just allow them to make their decisions. And now, you know, being on TV or whatever, you got to do disclaimers. I remember one time I was in the studio, I talked to this girl for about 20 minutes, like, yo, okay, look, I be on some freaky shit or whatever, and not no real freaky shit, but I'm just saying, I know I just met you, but I want to get to know you. Well, I don't want to get to know you in that way, but I'm really sexually attracted to you, and I want to know what's up. I'm only here for a little bit, and I want to know, can we take it there? I know ain't nobody never came at you like this, but the thing is, I don't really got that much time on my hands like that. So, I mean, make a decision. You know, you grown. I can see you very attractive, and from what I could tell, you seem to be attracted to me. I saw the way you was looking. We was making that connection in the studio or whatever, and, you know, you'll do all that. Go through all the motions, And if you like even put your hand near their ass after they whatever, sometimes they still try to be like, yo,
when you're famous,
I can't believe you touched.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people will lie, make up shit, try to get some money out of you, to try to get you. They'll say, okay, if I place a suit that the suit might cost you $200,000, $100,000. So you'll give me $50,000 just because I place it, just to drop it, to think you'll not go through it. I know situations like rappers that's in jail now, where they got a suit where they weren't even in the wrong, but they went ahead and paid the person, and the person still flipped out and ended up putting them in jail.
Exactly.
So it's like dealing with. That's one thing. Like I really look like girls and women a lot, and I like being around them. You know, like how niggas get off the plane and be like, "Yo, let me get some weed." I be like, "Nah, let me get around some females." I like their energy. I like their opinions. You know, they have different views on life, and
yeah, you learn from people.
I learn a lot from women, and maybe because I was around my mother and I was only a child. You know, the only difference is I'll be really attracted to the women that I'm around nowadays, or whatever. But you gotta just really be careful. I know, like my mother told me, you know, just really watch out, because now they'll be throwing themselves trying everything. I got a rap that says, I'm back on my grind, back by popular demand like shine. A psychic read my lifeline, told me in my lifetime my name will help light up the Chicago skyline, and that's why I'm in popular demand. My mama been told me before I was a man, son, when you blow I know that you like hoes, but don't let them get you, be cool ice cold. God could use this as a test, man. I know you like ass, you also a breast, man. That one night stand could be her investment. Instead of trying Brian, they be trying Mr. West, man. Yes, ma'am, I got a love that's better than it. Keep me up late nights, later than let him in. I swear the head's so good, I got a headache that's this big. Please pass the Acetamin.
That's it, man. Because there's people out there, you know, you can see what's happening to, say, like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? I feel that, you know, obviously extremely one of the most talented boxers ever, but very manipulated by people around him. The same with, say, like
they try to take advantage of him, man.
Exactly. Pull the wool over it. Michael Jackson. It's happened to Michael Jackson right now. I feel, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But at the minute, I'm feeling like Michael. He's just got so many people around him, you know, yapping in his ear and saying like, yeah, do this, do that. This is the right thing to do, and all that kind of thing. And he's just getting messed up because he's getting poor advice. The thing is, though, he's created a bubble around himself. You know, Mike Tyson creates a bubble around himself and has the people around him. And you trust those people. Right. You trust those people to be cool, looking out for your interests. But you're always going to get some people in there who aren't looking out for you. They're looking out for themselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that can mess you up. So, I mean, with fame, that's the price of fame. You know? You just got to be able to handle it. Know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're definitely on that tip. You know what I'm saying? And there's people I've met, you know what I mean, who, I don't know, get carried away with the, you know, with things that are going on around him, gets swept away, like if they, you know, fall into a river and then go over a waterfall kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they let it overcome them. You know, that's why you always got to keep God first. And it's like walking that thin line between your wants and your needs. And you might want to do this, but you might need to fall back. And you know, I'm learning every day when I'm on the road, you know, because I went from being nobody to just exploding, really. And it's an explosion. And I'm just saying that, you know, I'm thinking out loud that I'm going to just be smart about the situation, because a year from now, I'm telling y'all, you know, I'm not saying this arrogantly, but I will be the number one you have to
person
have that,
in music.
You have to have that ideology. You have to have that way of thinking. You know, if a boxer goes into the ring and they ain't going to think they're going to take him, they've lost the fight already. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go out, you got to go out and do it proper. You got to have self-belief, not arrogance, but confidence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you can, you know, understand it, yeah, I might make some mistakes on the way, but that ain't going to stop me. It's going to make me a stronger person. Yeah. And, you know, no one's going to take me out. Because what I was going to say to you is, you know, there's people out there who aspire to be hip-hop producers. They look up to people like Pete Rock, Large Professor, Primo, Diamond D, to Timberland Neptunes, all them cats, right? And, you know, no doubt when you was doing your beats in your basement, wherever, you was thinking that. But then I'm thinking, why do they have to limit themselves? You know, if you're going to be a hip-hop producer, the next step is to be a producer. And this is where I see what you have done come through, because, like, you know, you can produce for Alicia Keys, you can produce for Ludacris and do a club joint, you can do your own thing, you can do slow jam for Twister, and that means that marks you out as trying to be a producer as opposed to just a hip-hop producer. So you can kick it with Quincy Jones or Phil Spector on the rock tip, anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, so I mean, is that what's pushing you on? Do you know what I'm saying? With your whole belief system and your whole influences. You know what I mean?
It's just my influences, and I'm in a position where I can influence other people and just get paid for being creative on so many planes. And even with the lyrics that I bring up, but I just definitely try to change the game and open up the doors for people to say real shit again. I'm glad that we could have this talk and break down a lot more serious stuff than just, the regular artist thing. And the album coming out, I've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just get a chance for people to really feel out how we feel about things and, our perspectives on the world, on life, and the problems that we deal with. Good Charlotte made a song saying, lifestyles of the rich and famous, and if we have some problems, what's so bad about our lives? But I tell you right now, the more money, more problems. It gets worse and worse and worse, and everything is amplified times 10. A girl like you, she love you. A girl dislike you, she hate you. Same thing with dudes. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. You know what I mean? You just got to go out and make sure you do your thing, definitely. You know what I mean? And just not let anyone get in the way. But you see, the thing that sort of kills me about you is you've faced stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially recently, and it hasn't held you back. It's made you more determined. It's look, forget it. You know what I'm saying? You think this is going to break me down and it's going to shatter me? Nah, forget it. I'm just going to do it straight. You know what I'm saying? And so people, I feel, can be inspired by that, because at the end of the day, you have a car crash, you get your jaw broken, etc. You come out alive, and you're feeling pretty blessed, definitely, pretty damn lucky. Yeah, and get in the studio and do your stuff.
I do things sometimes solely for the purpose of proving people wrong. That's why, if there's anybody around that doesn't believe, I'll say something, I'll just throw something out there, that might be real astronomical, and see what someone's response is. And if they don't believe that, then at that point I do everything to prove that person wrong. That's my new goal. You know what I'm saying? I might say, I want to be the #1 artist in the country. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to be the best rapper, the best, or if I do say that, then that's my goal, and I'll do everything to prove someone wrong that said I would never do that. Nobody thought I would be able to rap up to the point that I'm rapping at now. And I'm gonna take it way past that. I'm talking
Did you know yourself though that you could take your rap into what level it's become? Was it a challenge to yourself?
I always had confidence, but people thought I was delusional, But now, even certain God is blessing with me with certain shit. As I notice as I'm performing, I would think that my voice is hoarse, but my voice is actually I would say cultivating or actually changing or growing into exactly what voice it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas from his first album to his second album. Remember he came back out and he was like, yo, this nigga sound crazy right now, whatever. My voice actually has a particular character to it that makes it more and more distinctive. The more and more I rap, the more and more I come into my own. Even different issues I want to bring up and how I could just put it like this, or put the arrogant shit with this, or the witty comment with this, or the rhythms and the patterns.
Busta's another classic example of a development of an MC.
Yeah.
From his leader stuff to his early solo stuff to where he is now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, Busta definitely brought it, but at least people liked him right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? People did not like me out the gate, I'm telling you. And people didn't like Jay out the gate.
But then there's loads of artists who come through. You know what I'm saying? I felt Jay when he first come out. I think, actually, to be perfectly honest, I felt Jay when he first come out more than where he's at now. Right. Because, and I think he'll say this himself, because he says lyrically he wants to be Talib Kweli, he wants to rap like Common. So, right. But the circumstance that he's in right now and what he's having to do to conduct his business, I suppose, means that he can't do the mad fast rapping stuff where he's twisting it up. Even Pharoah Monch had to dumb his stuff down when he became a solo artist and split from Organized. So. Yeah. Or
even not even so much the style as the content, the subject matter,
and the hunger.
Yeah.
When you first out the gate, when you hear like Nas's old rhymes, you hear Jay's old rhymes, you hear any of the early rappers, they got a point to prove. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was telling you about. I go and throw shit out there. It's just so people could doubt me, just so I can have that hunger, just so I can say, yo, I'm gonna do it like this. It's nothing for me to say. If I was to say, yo, I'm gonna do a #1 single for this artist, you'd be like, okay, I can believe that. Now, if I was to tell you, yo, I'm gonna be the #1 artist, 50%, 80% of the people I tell that right now are like, yo, what do you mean? Or if I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have the most important album of this decade, people are like, you think you would have had the most important album while Jay did his album? Isn't that a question of me and Jay? It's not a question of me. People always can do comparisons of me or people on Rockefeller or me to whoever else are the. And you know, they try to make it be something that it's not. I love everybody's shit. I love Andre 3000. I love everybody. I love Jay-Z's album. I love 50 Cent's album. I love all these people. It's no personal, nothing like that or nothing like that. But I'm trying my hardest with my music. I'm putting 80 hours into this song, and I'm not doing it to be number 2.
Exactly, because the thing is, you got a point to prove to yourself. If you get to the end of your life, right, and you see all your achievements, and then you look back and you go, why didn't I do it like that? Because I could have done it like that at that point, and it would have been even better. Because so otherwise, you're just going to look back on your life with a lot of regrets if you don't have that sort of mentality, I suppose. Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's the important thing. And especially, you know, at the end of the day, if you are an artist and you are succeeding, you are inspiring people around you. Because it's not just about, you know, I don't feel it's I'll put it to you. Do you feel it's just about yourself and the people around you, and you got to bring up the next man?
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, it stops with you.
That's why I keep all my artists with me, let alone inspiring, opening up a whole gate. You know, Andre opened up a lot of doors. I'm opening up doors. You know, not even just, you know, the people, my immediate family, my artists like John Legend, Consequence, GLC, and Common, that I'm trying to help out, or the whole Rockefeller family, SAS, Mega Mayhem, Young Guns, Beanie Cam, Jay, whoever that we're helping out together, all the immediate people, but even people that just hear the music. It's a little kid that's right now that's 12 years old, that when he gets to this point 10 years from now, and he's in London, and he made it all the way, he's going to bring up Kanye West's name just the way I bring up Tribe Called Quest's name.
Exactly. It's a progression, isn't it? It's the passing of the baton, the Olympic torch getting passed on, that kind of thing. Because if it dies out, then what you're left with? You're left with nothing, and then people forget. Yeah,
I'm here to throw some logs in the fire right now. I'm telling you right now, Rockefeller is gonna be number 1 this year. I'm talking about without a doubt. We got too much coming. Like, I know Dame's got to be so happy right now. I'm so happy right now, and we just take it. It's gonna be our just chance just to shine, our shining moment right here. And we'll be at the pinnacle. We'll be at the top of the mountain, and you'll see the 360 cameras float around us. And this is the beginning of the movie. And it's going to be a wild ride, man. So get ready. It's starting with the College Dropout, coming out February 16th.
Yeah, man.
Yo, can I bless him with another rhyme from the College Dropout from the album? All right, here you go. The all around the world digital underground Pac, the Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, the rock. I took my chain, my 15 seconds of fame, and came back next year with the whole fucking game. Ain't nobody expect Kanye to end up on top. They expected that College Dropout to drop and he flop. Then maybe he stopped, saving all the good beats for himself. Rockefeller's only niggas that help. My money was standing in Sean Paul goatee hair. Now John Paul goatee air, cologne fill the air. Yeah, they say he bougie, he big-headed. Would you please stop talking about how my dickhead is? Flow infectious, give me 10 seconds. I have a buzz bigger than insects in Texas. It's funny how wasn't nobody interested till the night I almost killed myself in Lexus. Now was Kanye the most overlooked? Yes, sir. Now is Kanye the most overbooked? Yes, sir. Do the people want a feeling of a Tribe Called Quest? But all they got left is this guy called West. That'll take freeway, throw him on tracks with most death. Whether Quali or Quayle, I put him on songs with Jay-Z. I'm the Gap like Banana Republic and Old Navy. And ooh, it come out sweeter than Old Sadie. Nice as Bum B when I met him at the Source Awards. Girl he had with him ass coulda won the Horse Awards. And I was almost famous. Now everybody love Kanye. He almost Raymond. Some say he arrogant. Can y'all blame him? It was straight embarrassing how y'all played him. Last year shopping my demo I was trying to shine. Every motherfucker told me that I couldn't rhyme. Now I could let these dream killers kill my self-esteem, or use the arrogance as esteem to power my dreams. I use it as my gas, so they say that I'm gas. But without it, I'll be last, so I ought to laugh. So I don't listen to the suits behind the desk no more. You niggas wear suits cause you can't dress no more. You can't take shit to Kanye West no more. I rock 20,000 people, I was just on tour, nigga. I'm Con, the Louis Vuitton Don. Bought my mom a purse, now she Louis Vuitton mom. I ain't played the hand I was dealt, I changed my cards. I looked to the skies and I prayed, I changed my stars. I went to the malls and I balled too hard. Oh my God, is that a black car? I turned around and replied, why yes, but I prefer the term African American Express.
That's some deep shit. I like the way you opened up with that Digital Underground Tupac reference, because not many people know Tupac was the dancer in Digital Underground before.
Hold on one second. Yo, out here, I keep on thinking that y'all trying to signal me because y'all keep on standing out right here and staring directly at me. Out in the other room. Can they hear me in there? Can y'all hear me over in there in that room? I keep on thinking that you're trying to signal me or something because you keep on standing directly, looking directly at me and then making like gestures and stuff. All right, can you just like move to the side just a little bit? Because like if I'm rapping, I'm focused on something. And somebody's just like staring. I think they about to tell me wrap it up or something. Or,
either that or they're just looking at you rhyming. You know
okay, cool.
You know
my bad.
Just going like, check it out, man. Pure spitting. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad. I ain't know. Just because they in the direct. You know
yeah, I know.
Somebody like, I'm not trying to. Okay, just chop that part up.
That's all good. One thing I want to talk about though as well with the religious aspect, is the fact that there's a whole sort of, I don't know, rappers and their ideologies and their religious beliefs, they wear their heart on their sleeves. So when Public Enemy were coming out, Nation of Islam, etc., there was a lot of people getting turned on to Islam. And then now, from P. Diddy onwards, I'd have to say, you know, there's the people out there who are speaking out for the from the Christian perspective, but then, you know, you've probably got you got Jewish rappers out there. You know, there's a whole melting pot. How do you feel about the development of that in the game? Because situations have changed most definitely since then.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, rappers are very powerful and they can influence people. They are the ministry of our time. So
if you're rapping, you're doing sermons in some, not all cases, but in some cases. Maybe?
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm doing a sermon, but I'm not preachy. Some people like try to preach to you. I feel like I speak as being one of you. You know, it's like I'll be the minister that sits up and say, man, just like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was just feeling on Sister Angie's ass in the back, and I just want to say I'm sorry, but that ass is fat.
What do you think about people like, say, like KRS-One? Because for me, KRS-One always sort of forced his views down my throat. I was down with some of it. I wasn't down with some of it. But he's a legend. He's a legend.
Yeah. I thought, like, you know, that whole the religion of hip hop. Hip hop is a religion in itself.
Definitely, I'd agree with that.
But
you know, to be focused, it's more than just the music. It's the whole culture, the vibe, how you kick it in the street, everything about the whole thing. So it's the way you conduct yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know, we see how you get on. You know what I mean, and see how everything develops. And see how things progress. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, are you trying to take control of your destiny, or are you the kind of guy who sees where destiny takes you?
Now, you know, I definitely. Well, first of all, God controls my destiny, and I just try my best to follow His path.
So you offer two options. Say you offer two options. God's put two options down in front of you because, you know, you can't do anything against God's will. I presume because
yes, you can.
You can do something against God's will.
You do it all the time.
But how do you know that that's not what He intended you to do?
I know He didn't intend it to.
Because
but you make mistakes as a man.
True. But then those mistakes are those mistakes against God's power as well.
Yeah, but I'm not Jesus.
I know that.
I'm just a man, so I'm gonna make mistakes all the time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm referring to. Say you're doing something, and basically, you can take it two ways. You can either do the you can go A or you can go B. All I'm saying is you've been given the options to do that. So if you choose either of them, is it going against anything? Is it going against Him, or is it going with?
I'm telling you right now that as a man, you go against God's will all day, every day. Actually, but you just try to get better and better and better. And if you do have knowledge and know the basic right from wrong, you'll get closer and closer to where you need to be. But you do all every day. You know what I'm saying? So
how does all your belief system and everything fit in with sort of like the politics, etc., which is going on in the United States? Because the one thing that I've noticed with hip hop recently, you used to be balanced. You used to be able to wear your Dapper Dan tracksuits and that, and then you could get conscious. Rakim did that. So then it seems, and you had your Public Enemies, you had your Tribe Called Quest, you know, and now you have you have a few artists out there, but there's still being a lost voice against, you know, sort of the consumerism that's sort of consuming hip-hop. You got dead artists like Dead Prez, Talib Kweli, Nas, and that who are dropping conscious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do you think, like, say, the balance has to be readdressed in hip-hop with regards to political and, you know, religious concerns, and bringing them back to the fore, and balancing it up with enjoying yourself and having a good lifestyle and just, you know, just having fun?
Dog, you know I'm the balance. You haven't heard the songs?
I've heard the songs. I've been playing the songs.
So you know I am that.
I know.
You heard that in the rap. I told the people.
Do the listeners know?
I told the people I'm the gap like Banana Republic and Old Navy. It's the regular fan, because I am a fan. I meet rappers and they don't even know how much I love they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I met Young Buck and I was like, dog, no, you don't understand. Like I really love your shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Or love artists, period, and what they brought to the table. Like I love Nas. Like, even though I did do the Takeover beat, like he is one of my biggest inspirations. You know, Ghostface, one of my biggest inspirations. Jada Kiss. I meet different people like, man, dog, you don't even know what you mean to me.
Yeah. Who from Chai when you was a young shorty?
Common. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But now you lace Twista with slow jams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Twista fit in with that?
Yeah, I know Twista since I was like 15 years old. Felt like, damn, for 11 years. That's crazy. And this is our first joints we ever did together. And his album is dropping. I got 4 tracks on that album.
I want to hear the album. Joe, slow jams, I was playing it to people. People didn't get it at first. And I was saying, nah, listen. So, yeah, because the thing is, right, you got to think, we're in the UK here. The environment that you produced that track in, which is such a switch up from everything else that's around, the only way you know, certain people will be able to get it is in the environment that it's produced in. So if we were, say, like rolling in Chi-Town and I'm listening to that, it'll probably make even more sense, you know what I mean, than when I'm here in London, you know, just sitting here, just, you know, doing whatever I do. Do you know what I'm saying? Because certain tracks, you know, take a while for people to get to and grow onto.
That's how, when I was working on my album, and I gave people the album for reviews, people never brought up slow jams. These fucking press people out in the States, I swear, they so fucking jaded, and they just forgot about just being a fan. Just be a fan for a minute, and then if you write from the view of a fan, then you could better relate what the people are feeling, because you give y'all ratings, and you're not relating what the people feel out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't give, on Nelly's bad album, you can't give Nelly's first album, you can't give it a bad rating, because the people loved it. So be the people, you know, for a minute.
It's a social commentary, isn't it?
Yeah, slow jams, I feel like my music is a reflection of the people themselves. And then slow jams end up being the #1 record in the country, and I played that on my album, and nobody ever brought it up. They didn't even mention the fucking song. It would never even be slow jams or small. They could write 2 pages about the album, and not even mention. And I asked them, they said, I thought that song was a joke. I said, look, some of my music might be funny, but I don't make no jokes.
All I know is if I put that tune on with a girl, it's boom. Yo, it's boom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned Luther Vandross. In the 80s, you put Luther Vandross on, you put Alexander O'Neal on.
Yeah.
Boom. Yo, the pants is off.
Yeah. I'ma play this Van Jaws. You gon' take your pants off. I'ma play this Gladys Knight. Me and you gon' get right. And on that note, we need to just play that joint for him real quick. Drop that joint on him.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanna say as well is that I've noticed you are a bit like Alchemist in some ways. You'll kick it with the major leaguers, but you'll also kick it with the underground cats as well.
Right.
Because, like, you're bringing Consequence back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone forgot about Consequence after Beats, Rhymes and Life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You bringing him back. You got Rhyme Fest on that joint as well. Another, another ill lyricist. You know what I mean? You got people like that going on. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that's important? Because Alchemist will kick it with Dilated. You've kicked a track with Dilated Peoples and that kind of thing. Do you think that redresses a balance in yourself as an artist as well, having to kick it with the highbrow and the lowbrow?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm not doing it for any other reason other than I love the music. I love all kinds of music. And if I could do anything to help out a situation, because sometimes artists might need just a little bit of help here and there. And that's what I bring to the table. I don't like working with artists that don't need any help. You know what I'm saying? Or that are just on the top of the game. I just want to sit back and be a fan.
That's the hardest challenge, isn't it? To make someone who's raw, a raw diamond, and cut it up into a piece, basically.
Yeah. No, that's not hard. That's the easiest thing for me. That's what I am to the game. I can take. If the thing is, if an
what's
artist
the challenge, if you can do it, where's the challenge? What motivates you?
Whenever somebody doubts, like I have new things, goals I set for myself. I don't want to say them out loud because they're gonna sound crazy, but.
No, that's deep. That's deep, man. You know what I'm saying? That's good. That's good. So what do you... Okay, I'm just going to get to a proper question. You know what I'm saying? If I put it to you that everyone has been thinking that ROC is going to fall off after Jay-Z retires, and everyone was thinking that Bleak was going to be the next one, and then it was Beanie, then it was Freeway. What if I put it to you that I think you could do it? Because the thing is, the nicest producer on the mic kind of thing is moved on from Large Professor Diamond and Pete Rock and that, and now you have Timbaland getting on the mic, Pharrell's doing his singing and that. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready to shake up the game?
When you hear me rap, tell me honestly, don't you sometimes forget that I actually did the beat?
That's a good thing, because the thing is, you see, when you listen to like Large Professor and Main Source, you forget he done the beat, because his raps, you know, this is the guy going up around side G-Rap, producing Rakim. You know what I'm saying? You forget that. Same with Diamond D.
Right.
Pete Rock, not so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ever front on Pete Rock's beats, and his rhymes are cool and they fit in with the thing, but you know, I ain't really gonna do that. Timbaland though, I think Timbaland's a better rapper than Magoo, and when Timbaland's on the joint, I think he's cool because he's witty, but he's funny, but you know he's got it all, and that's a complete package, isn't it? Really? You know what I'm saying? You don't agree?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying, you know, you're saying if a producer gets on the mic.
I mean, I really look up to Timbaland, man. He's one of the greatest producers of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, okay. Okay. We'll just cut that bit. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll cut that bit from that bit I said there, but that's just my personal point of view. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, the thing I notice about with your lyrics though, which is kind of crazy, is that you can put the witty humour side of things with the punchlines, but within the smooth biz as well.
Yeah, with the smooth, and also bring up political shit. Well, not even political shit, but I don't want to say political because I'm not a politician. I'm not into politics. I'm into social. I'm into real people and what real people go through.
If you're not into politics, politics is into you kind of thing, though, because we're in a society and politics affects us, whether you want it to or not, though, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it affects us, but I'm telling you, I'm not into it like that. I'm into directly the people. Like, I'm making a song about people being on welfare and people trying to cut their lights off. I'm not naming the specific politicians that are doing it. Because I feel like I need to get down to the grit. I'm talking about how they put kids in certain schools and they say they slow, but they don't know that they just don't have enough money to get the proper nourishment to be able even to stay awake properly in food. So they thinking about, you know, where they going to get their next meal or when lunchtime is because they ain't had no food. They ain't had a proper breakfast in the morning. And now you trying to say they slow, and then you putting really intelligent kids in slow classes when all you need to do is fucking feed them and put them in a proper class. Well, I'm talking about like how schools are, you know, they'll have curriculum that's made to teach 40 people at one time, and you know it's gonna be 10 potential geniuses, the future president of America. And I'm not saying that the presidents are genius or whatever, but politicians, whatever, doctors and lawyers that are slowed down because they're being taught to a class of 30. I went to China for a year. And they took me out of school. My mother had to give me homeschooling. When I came back, I took this test called the Iowa Basics to show you where you rate amongst a country. They made me take the test twice in front of someone because they thought I cheated because I did so good. And from that point, I had been in advanced courses for the rest of my life. And from that point, I realized that school is some bullshit and that they slowing down our kids, especially in America. I don't think y'all had that same problem, but you know, that we have in America, you know, but like in Japan, they cultivate. All prodigies are people that you can see they have a little bit of talent or they like something. What if all that time while you trying to teach your shorty how to walk or how to talk, you just specifically taught him how to do the violin? By the time he's 3 years old, he will learn that he's a prodigy. Someone that is truly intelligent, they smart from that day they came out the womb. They smart from the day that they were conceived. You know, being smart has nothing to do with having a lot of knowledge about shit. Because, you know, sometimes people go to jail, they come out, and they could drop all type of knowledge. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. So that's smart, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a difference between intelligence, academic intelligence and common sense. You can have both. If you have both, it's all good to go. You can have one or the other. You can, you know, you're street smarts, and it doesn't mean academically some people have developed with the way they should. Because the thing is, you know, the school system can't teach everyone, and everyone can't respond to it the same because we're all different people. So some people will be down with the way the teacher's talking to them, the way they're learning, and another method might be required to get the best out of someone else in the same class. And if you've got 40 people in the class, you know, people are going to fall through the cracks. But then there's some people who are born survivors anyway who won't let that take them down. You know what I mean? And it will just make them stronger anyway. Okay, I'm not down with school, you know, I'm not away with I'm going to teach myself. I'm going to teach myself something. You know what I'm saying? But that's a cool thing, you know what I'm saying? So if you've had to do homeschooling and all that kind of business and you come to where you are now, people take inspiration from it. You know what I'm saying? Word, man. But anyway, thank you very much, Kanye, you know what I'm saying?
Man, thank you for talking about something different for a change and letting us just talk like real people for a minute and not so much all the artists, stigmas and everything, because we're trying to break down all those barriers. So I really had fun with this interview. You know, I just appreciate the time that you're giving me and give me a chance to open up my mouth for a change.
That's all good, man. Yeah. But don't be too disheartened, man, because when you're trying to sell product and that's, you know, that's the downside of having to be an artist, I suppose.
I guess I don't know if this interview is gonna sell more than that, but it's just something I just felt like doing. This for the people, man, the fans. Anybody out there listening, I'm just telling y'all, man, just be yourself. Don't try to be none of that shit you see on TV, unless you are what you see on TV and shit, and then just use that as what who you are and shit, whatever. But, you know, I just love everybody out there. You know, I'm gonna be back in the UK at least once a month, man. And the College Dropout is coming out to February the 16th.
Definitely. Get the drops in, man. Definitely. Work it. Thanks, Kanye.
So how are we looking on the release party, on the listening party?
So here's what we're doing. We just notified all the press. We're doing something tonight at 10 Rooms.
Oh, okay, I know 10 Rooms.
It's a listening session / showcase. So I'd like to do a sound check again today. And I'd like you to help me, because it is last minute, direct how you want it to go.
Now the listening session, are they going to be able to hear the music clearly?
No, that's
perfectly.
Why I'm going to check at the venue.
The All City Show. 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 City Show.